The Weekend Review is back on Fox Chicago. Coming up, a Southside teacher disappears, leaving only her car behind. The Bears gear up for battle in the playoffs. Protests erupt in... Live from Michigan Avenue, this is Fox 32's Good Day Chicago.
Right now on Good Day Chicago, the Cardiac Bears striking once again as the Bears moving on past Green Bay to advance to the divisional round of the playoffs. People in Chicago and across the country taking part in anti-ICE protests following two separate incidents in Minneapolis and Portland. And it's a quiet but cold morning for the Chicago area. Mark has the latest on the forecast in just a bit. But good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, January 11th, post-Bears game day victory, and what a show it was, huh?
I knew they were going to win.
You felt it?
At halftime, everyone around here was moping.
Did you really know they were going to win?
You know what? I've seen the last, 12 games. And it's like, you know what? I don't even need to watch the third quarter. I'm going to come back with 3 minutes left.
I think I'm going to do that, too, because it's bad. It is bad for...
We're really not going to do that, advertisers. We will be here for the whole game.
Of course we will, because it's on the home of the Bears.
Seriously, I was kind of kidding about that. I mean, you really only need to watch the last 3 minutes, because that's where the fireworks happen.
And
right?
you think about how we feel. What about the players, right?
You know, and it's really such a tribute to the Bears players, because they are so focused that it's almost like it doesn't really matter what the score is. This is our mission. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to complete our mission. And, for that, I blame Ben Johnson.
There you go.
Thank
you, Ben Johnson.
Yeah,
yes. Because other teams would probably give up.
I think he has got everyone so laser focused on their mission and on their goals and on their, I love what he was saying before. Like, hey, if you're not prepared to play the next 5 games,
right.
You're not talking about just this game. We're looking the next 5 games.
How fun is this?
Yeah.
Right? It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has been a moment. Yeah.
How about the weather last night? They got a little bit of everything, right?
Really? And, we were talking earlier. I was a little bit surprised by this, but the field was coated in white 45 minutes before the game. I heard Al Michaels say that.
So just like a coating, but a very thin coating, right?
Yeah, a little bit of snow. And, testament to the guys at Soldier Field that can, polish that up and make anything happen.
Absolutely.
Well, today the snow has stopped, although we've had some snow showers overnight. It is blustery and cold-ish today, although, when I say it's cold, I guess we've kind of had thin skin, because right now we're at 26 degrees, and we're going up to a daytime high temperature around 33, 34 degrees, which I got to tell you, that ain't bad for January for Chicago. It will be a little bit blustery, it will be a little bit windy, and that will put a little bit of an edge on today's forecast. It's cloudy this morning. We've had just a few snow showers go through very early this morning. What's left, maybe a little flurry or two, not much more than that. A little bit of blowing and drifting reported downstate, central Illinois, south of Interstate 80. There were some reports of some slick spots on road earlier this morning. Hopefully that has since improved. Thank you, IDOT. Temperatures right now, 27 degrees at O'Hare, 28 degrees at Midway, 26 along the lake. Temperatures, again, exclusively in the 20s, 28 degrees at Morris this hour. Winds, a little bit blustery this morning. 23-mile-per-hour winds, again, along Interstate 80, pretty much from Morris to Diamond to Seneca, all the way back down to around Princeton. We're talking about low and mid-20s, so be careful with the big rigs out on the east-west roads. 24-mile-per-hour wind gusts right now at Midway. So that's good enough to make it feel more like this. The teens. Ambient air temperature in the 20s, wind chills in the teens. So it will have a little bit of a raw edge again around today. So coolish temperatures, but the sunshine should pop out as we head towards the afternoon.
7, they can use the clock. Williams throwing, and it's caught for the touchdown by DJ Moore. Speeding furiously, it's dropped. Love looking. One last gasp. Moving guys around. Fires to the end zone, and it is broken up. The Bears win it in a crazy one.
How about that? Pretty much explains it all. The Bears found a way to come back and knock off their division rivals after trailing throughout the game Saturday night. But like most games this season, the Bears have been using that fourth quarter to get back into the game. The Bears were able to score twice, along with a 2-point conversion, and that helped cut the Packers' lead down to 2 points. Green Bay did try to add on to the scoreboard with the field goal, but the kick wasn't good. With just under 2 minutes left, Caleb Williams throws a touchdown pass to DJ Moore, and that would later become the game winner. Bears would knock off the Packers 31-27.
We got a group of guys that just they don't waver. You know, the odds are stacked against us, and despite the fact we don't like that score at halftime, nobody does. No one envisioned the first 30 minutes going that way. And yet, you know, we just keep plugging along and we keep fighting, and you know, we've proven that this year. That's who we are. That's what we do here at this point.
What message do you think that you sent to the Packers this season?
Yeah, we're here, and I'm gonna be here for a while.
The Bears' next opponent will be decided today when the 49ers take on the Eagles in Philadelphia this afternoon. Now, if the Eagles win, they will be coming to Soldier Field next weekend. If the 49ers win, then the Rams come to Chicago. So you can catch the 49ers-Eagles game right here on Fox 32 Chicago. Kickoff set for 3:30 p.m. Cassie Carlson will have more on the Bears-Packers game later in the show. Dozens of protesters seen in the downtown Chicago area chanting the name of the 37-year-old woman who was shot and killed by an ICE agent in Minneapolis. The Trump administration has been defending the shooting as justified, but many experts on policing and civil liberties say it should never have happened. Protesters marched from Federal Plaza to Wacker Drive, where they set up across the Chicago River from Trump Tower. Some protesters say now is the time to respond.
If there's ever a time in your life to stand up, it is now. Now, old, young, middle-aged, whatever age you are, this is the time.
It wasn't just Chicago protesting. Thousands across the country are marching with the very same message as people in major cities such as Minneapolis and Portland are demanding ICE and Border Patrol to leave their communities. Garrett Tenney has the latest.
Anti-ICE protests by the hundreds forming across the country Saturday. This 3 days after an ICE officer fatally shot Minneapolis mother Renee Good after federal officials say she drove into the officer. The following day in Portland, U.S. Border Patrol shot a man and a woman in a car who had ties to a violent Venezuelan gang.
They're not out here trying to detain criminals. They're out here trying to incite chaos.
In a press conference Saturday, Minneapolis city officials noted protests and marches have been largely peaceful so far, even as they brace for more demonstrations through the weekend.
Obviously, there's a number of additional marches and protests that we will be monitoring today, and we are fully prepared if things cross the line and become unlawful to make additional arrests if necessary.
President Trump making a weekend trip to Florida, cast blame on the woman killed for Wednesday's fatal shooting, and defended ICE agents.
We will always be protecting ICE, and we're always going to be protecting our Border Patrol and our law enforcement.
The demonstrations coming as Homeland Security pushes forward immigration enforcement operations. And with more protests still to come, particularly in blue cities like Chicago and New York, city leaders are reminding people what the law does and does not allow.
What I've instructed my team and instructed everyone in city government to do is to follow the law that we have here in New York City. And those laws also include sanctuary city laws.
And here in Minnesota, Governor Tim Walz this week authorized his state's National Guard to be staged and ready. In Minneapolis, I'm Garrett Tenney, Fox News.
A Chicago man is charged in connection with the murders of his ex-wife and her husband, a popular dentist in Ohio. Court records say authorities arrested Michael David McKee in Rockford. He is a vascular surgeon there. McKee is now charged with 2 counts of murder. He's accused of shooting and killing Dr. Spencer Tapey and his wife Monique inside of their home in Columbus, Ohio on December 30th. Their 2 young children were inside the home at the time, but they were not injured. McKee is Monique Tapey's ex-husband. They got divorced in 2017. Court records also show McKee lived in other states since 2020, including Illinois, Virginia, and Nevada. The U.S. launches another round of strikes against ISIS targets in Syria this weekend. The large-scale strikes are part of a broader response from the Trump administration. This is in retaliation to a deadly ISIS attack that killed 2 American soldiers and a U.S. civilian. The U.S. military said the strikes were done alongside partner forces. U.S. officials did not specify which forces were involved. Protests against the Trump administration's actions in Venezuela continue in Chicago, dozens taking part in a demonstration in Pilsen. This comes just 1 week after the U.S. captured Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro, and his wife. Protesters say regular people will not benefit from U.S. intervention in Venezuela.
Donald Trump is taking over nations to extract natural resources, carrying on one of the worst legacies of 20th century colonialism, and doing so to enrich a small oligarchy of fragile right-wing tyrants.
Maduro and his wife are facing drugs and weapons charges. Union workers at Rush Medical Center and University of Chicago Medical Center are pushing for higher pay. They held a news conference at Teamsters Local 743 Union Hall on Saturday. Mayor Johnson was there, along with several other local leaders. The workers discussed ongoing negotiations at both hospitals. They say the hospitals are unwilling to pay them to reflect the current industry standards.
But they still want the most for the least. And we're here to say no. We're here to give them a rude awakening, because we will not sacrifice our bodies, our families, our well-being for their bottom line.
Both hospitals have not commented on that news conference. About 100 students from 18 Chicago schools got together on Saturday, part of the Mikvah Challenge citywide Project Soapbox event. It was held at Malcolm X College Conference Center. The nationwide program provides a platform for students in cities across the country. It gives them the ability to talk about issues that impact their lives.
I think this is a crazy time in our country, and I think having people in solidarity working on issues that they care about makes you feel less hopeless and more empowered. And so getting involved with a group like Mikvah is great for everyone.
The program also offers plenty of opportunities for Chicago students, including internships and mentorships. Coming up, Chicago chefs uniting to help immigrant families impacted by ICE. A preview of Todos Ponen, a fundraising event involving more than 40 of our city's chefs.
Life with health.
Welcome back. It is 9:14. Taking a live look outside. Overcast skies there. I'm hoping the sunshine is going to peek through a little bit later. Mark Storell, what you say?
Your hope is my command.
Yay. I was hoping you would say that.
Yeah, because we are starting out with cloudy skies this morning, but we will go back to at least partly sunny skies. I think we're going to see mostly sunny skies later on today. Now, the sunshine's not going to do a whole lot to warm us up. We do have breezy conditions today, winds gusting at times 20, 25, maybe 30 miles per hour at times. So, again, this morning, our wind chills look like this. They're in the teens. Some 20s, but mostly into the teens here this morning. Our actual air temperature is in the 20s. We've had some dust-ups of some light snowfall overnight and still some issues downstate. You can still see way downstate there's been a little bit of snowfall even over the last couple of hours, but you have to go all the way back down to southern Indiana to see much activity down in that direction right now. Still some snowfall coming as you come around the lake, so be careful as you come into southwestern Michigan or northwestern Indiana, especially around LaPorte counties. Could be some slick spots there as well. Forecast high temperatures today. I told you we'd be just above the freezing point. As you can see, we are talking about 33, 34 degree temperatures, but again, it's going to feel like the teens and 20s for much of the day with the breezy conditions, although the winds will taper back a little bit as we go through the afternoon. 34 by 2 o'clock. We're into the 30s all the way through 6 o'clock. Still partly cloudy skies as we go through the evening hours. Another cool night overnight tonight as those temperatures dip back down into the 20s. So, yeah, the trend will be more sunshine as we go throughout the morning into the afternoon. Above freezing to about 35 degrees, most of us right into low and mid 30s today. Look for a little bit of moonlight overnight tonight under partly cloudy skies, and then, hey, check out tomorrow. You're going to love it. Temperatures back up into the low to mid 40s around Chicago tomorrow. And beyond that, as we head towards Tuesday, we're going to see those numbers go all the way up to the upper 40s, close to 50 degrees. And then, Sylvia, after that, we come crashing back down to normality.
Oh, normality.
Yeah,
okay.
What a concept.
I'm not sure I want normality right now, but guess what we're talking about? We are talking, Marshall, about more than 40 Chicago chefs coming together to help feed immigrant families facing food insecurity following Operation Midway Blitz. So joining us now are the people who have coordinated all of this, and that is Marcos Carvajal, the owner of Carnitas Uruapan, and Chef Diana Davila, owner of Mita Kaya. Thank you so much, both of you, for coming in. We got to start with, guess what he was just telling me? He was at the Bears game last night.
Get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Is that right? And you have a voice left?
The struggle's real, but
that is awesome.
I asked him if he was cold, and he said, not for me.
Yeah, right? I can imagine, right?
Yeah, and thank you for after that game, because I'm sure you were out celebrating, both of you coming in bright and early on a Sunday morning. We appreciate you guys coming in. So let's start with you, Diana. Tell us about this event, the name of it, and how it all came about.
So Todos Ponen literally means everybody puts in, everybody contributes. It's our mantra at Mito Kaya and Toqueria since we've opened in 2017. And then once 2020 happened, we saw a really big need for our undocumented community. We started providing meals for years. And then fast forward to now, we saw a big need to help our immigrant families. And this is what this event is all about. We're going to be able to feed 125 families that have been affected by deportations and ICE that have been identified with our non-for-profit partners, like, let's see, Resurrection Project, Resurrection New Life Center, and Palenque. And it's just really incredible. This is going to be for 4 to 6 weeks.
That's amazing. 125 families. The money's going directly to them. Tell me about that.
Yes, aid is going directly to them in a very unique way. Once these families have been identified, they're going to get gift cards so they can put back into the local economy, go to local supermercados or supermarkets and buy whatever they normally buy.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
And what have you brought for us here?
I've got to show some of this stuff off.
Yeah, look at this.
Isn't it beautiful?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
So this is from our friends Loba Pastry and Coffee. And she just brought everything. Here, a beautiful assortment of some of the pastries.
Even the pan is warm here this morning.
Freshly baked.
Oh,
I
thank you.
I just picked them up.
We have some croissants and we have some other fun bars.
So
and
Valeria Socorro, she is super talented, and she's just one of the many talents that we're going to have there that night showcasing.
Thank you, Valeria, for breakfast.
It just shows the variety. I mean, we've got amazing
These
bakeries.
croissants are stuffed with mole.
Oh, very good. I love it.
Nice.
And so let's talk about about some of the chefs who are going to be there, because they come from all walks of life, all different backgrounds. You have some big names coming in addition to yourselves. Tell me how tough it was to kind of get all this going so quickly.
Honestly, that was the easiest part.
Was it?
That's what's so special about Chicago is that we truly are all supportive of each other. That was literally us just making phone calls.
Okay.
And they're like, sign me up. Yes, of course, I'll be there.
The group is very eclectic. That's one of the things we're really proud of. There's never been a foodie event like this. It's classics from the from the neighborhoods.
Like a Totonilco, who's been open for like 50
like
years.
Yes.
To Rick Bayless.
Yes, and I saw Kasama, Filipino restaurant.
It goes from Michelin star, James Beard award-winning chefs to neighborhood favorites. And you make your own tasting menu when you walk in.
I love that. So tickets are sadly sold out. So that's the good news and the bad news. But if people want to help still, what can they do?
They could donate. Go to removachicago.com.
Okay.
And we are accepting donations and everything
Look for Todos Ponen, find the event page. Right under the tickets, there's an option that's still open to make a donation. We've got a call to action to other cities. This is a great model for others to follow in places where there's been an impact. And the people in the culinary world want to help out. We want to use our platform. We'd love for this to grow beyond Chicago.
Well,
Mark would like for this to grow too. You guys can keep coming on. And that's one of the things I do love. And you said it. It's so true about Chicago chefs. It's funny because chefs, how is it? Oh, yeah, I'll let you enjoy, right? Chefs in other cities, there's friendly competition, and there's friendly competition here, but I've never seen the kind of support that you guys all have for each other, right? And this is evidence.
Yes, and they're coming out for the most vulnerable in our communities, and that's why we're doing it, and it's really great.
And they know it. I mean, this has affected their restaurants, and these are people that they've had in their restaurants, and it's like family.
Well, that's one thing I wanted to ask you about. Kind of give us a behind-the-scenes look at how restaurants in Chicago have been impacted. What's going on in your restaurants because of this?
Well, in our restaurants, we're impacted on multiple fronts. Our restaurants are in Pilsen, Gage Park, and Little Village. So this is in our front yard, our backyard, and our side yard. And it's something that you can't escape.
Does that mean you have people who you've lost employees, or they're afraid to come to work?
Those
Tell
neighborhoods, beyond that, even the customers aren't, coming down. People are avoiding a lot of those parts of town. So it's a problem on multiple angles. And, we're not going to talk about the politics. We're just trying to, treat the symptoms and those who need help. So sitting there, doing something like this provides us a way to make a positive impact. And, really makes a difference. And we hope that it's the first event of perhaps something bigger. As long as there's a need, we're going to keep going.
Okay, so remind everybody where, when, and how they can help out.
So the event is on January 19th, on Monday. It is at the Remova Theater. We are sold out, but please make a donation at removachicago.com.
Okay, so next year when they do this event, or later in the year, make sure you buy your tickets early so you can actually take part in the taste testing. Thank you so much for coming in. This is beautiful. Best of luck to you guys. Hope you raise a whole lot of money.
Beautiful and tasty.
Yeah, I know. And we're going to taste test everything. We'll be right back.
Chicago Sports Tonight.
You just don't want to do the,
Welcome back. It's 9:25. One gamer with only one arm and a leg is following his dream. He also happens to be a big social media superstar. Eamon Dignam has more.
David Myers is a determined gamer. About 20 years ago, he was crippled on his right side by a train.
I thought it was a really good idea to show off in front of my friends whilst I was at a train station. Unfortunately, me being stupid while the train was in motion, I lost my balance and fell.
Now, he's a content creator, highlighting not only his journey through rehabilitation, but also his new techniques, like using his tongue to play his favorite games.
I'll raise my stump up and I'll rest the controller on my stump. Then I would use my top lip for the R1 and R2 buttons. I would then use my tongue for the circle, X, triangle, and square.
He points out that while adaptability of controllers by Sony Interactive and Microsoft, as well as others like SteelSeries and Razer, are helpful, they're not meeting all his needs. So he still uses the standard PS5 DualSense.
I would probably need to readapt myself when I'm actually so used to playing with the way that I do that I'm still content with doing that.
He's had success on social media using the gamer tag I have one arm, one leg with a British accent, showing off his skill, which he says isn't pro level, but he can definitely hang with the average players.
I could hold my own, and even now I still beat friends on games. I still play FC and still beat friends and family. So they're quite impressed.
And David had a major update since the full interview aired on the Fox on Games podcast. He's now teamed up with Thumb Soldiers, a company that makes adaptable components to make gaming more accessible. In New York, Eamon Dignam, Fox News.
Okay, take a look at this couple transforming a parking spot into their living room in Lexington, Kentucky.
In Kentucky?
What do you think?
Well, crazy.
There's a couch, and there's a table, and there's a couple who have turned that into their own driving machine, if you will. You can see the woman and the man bundling up with their blankies before they finally take off. Looks like the man is steering with a table.
Sure.
Took a while to turn towards the street, giving the cameraman more time to show off the Supreme Sofa, which actually has some solid speed. Get this, Mark.
Yeah.
It can go 30 miles per hour.
That's the crazy part.
Right?
You know, because I'm sure there are no couch belts on there, right?
Yeah, I think you're probably
no
right.
airbags. Yeah.
Now that's a wide load too.
It is a wide load.
I was saying, I don't mean the people on it, but look at the size of that. So I'm saying to Mark, this cannot be legal, and your response is?
Yeah, hell no. Not legal.
It's definitely not legal.
Here's the deal. It's probably a small, well, it's Lexington, not a small town, but you know what? It's Kentucky. You know, Kentucky, they don't get so uptight about a lot of things. It's an easygoing place.
And
so
it probably, hopefully, didn't go on the expressway.
Oh, no, that would be a whole different ball of wax there.
Bad news. Bad
now,
news.
I think where that would be really cool is to drive it to the drive-in theater.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
You know, put your popcorn there, kind of sit up in your,
drive-ins.
Yeah.
They're trying to make a comeback, you know.
You should do a story on that.
I should. I love a good driver. We should do that.
Yeah, let's go on a road trip, because I know where there are a few.
You do? Oh, I think there was one that opened a few years ago, not too far from the city. I wonder if it's still open.
I think we can go to Earlville, and I know that we can go to, it's out yonder by me. Also, I think Northwest Indiana, and we can go to Monroe, Wisconsin.
Oh, I love that. Now, are those the kind of drive-ins where you have to pick up the speaker and put it on your window? Or have they gone digital?
You have not been to a drive-in in so long.
You're right about that.
Now you can just tune it right on your radio.
It's technology. It's amazing.
I'm sure you could probably do both if you wanted to. All right, well, who's to blame if a roller coaster rider gets hit smack in the face by a duck?
Ouch.
Sounds like a Groucho Marx bit. A judge dismissed a lawsuit against SeaWorld. It was filed by a lady who sued the park for unsafe conditions. She said there shouldn't be ducks hitting me in the face.
Duck in the face.
Yeah, well, she forgot the duck. Sorry, that is the stupidest line of the day. Sorry about that.
Actually, I wish I'd have thought of that.
She was hit in the face by a duck while riding the Mako coaster last March, knocking her unconscious.
Wow.
So here's the story. She got knocked out, but she was still okay to hang out in the park the rest of the day. So the judge said, no, sorry. SeaWorld's not responsible for the conduct of a duck.
I wonder if she had like a black eye or anything. Imagine getting slapped in the face at a roller coaster that's going high speed, right?
By a duck.
Yes.
Yeah, at least it had feathers, you know, so it may be a little softer, like a little pillow.
No, I'm thinking, ouch.
No, you know, if you get, I can see how you get knocked out. I could get knocked out by a sparrow, I'm sure, let alone a duck.
Are you a roller coaster kind of guy? Back in the day?
I kind of like a good roller coaster, but not as much as the kids, you know. I go on the medium ones.
I only would go on if my daughters wanted to go. I did not want to go, but if nobody else would go on, I would go with them.
Yeah, I like, you know, I'm kind of a fan of the wooden roller coasters.
Yes.
You know, so like.
They still have one over at Great America, don't
Yes, they do. Yeah. Screaming Eagle?
Yeah, I've been on that one.
I
remember. It's weird because when you're on it, you can feel it shaking.
Yeah, click and clack.
Yeah. I used to do Kiddieland a lot. Did you ever do that with your kids?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. And those roller coasters were much more my speed. The Scooby-Doo ride was always fun.
It's kind of fun how they design, you know, the ones we're showing there, like almost the monorail ones, the little tubes, and they actually get like a little wire frame, and they bend up this, you know, put the angles in a wire frame before they ever. Now, of course, it's probably all done by computers, but I think really that's where the concept phase comes in. They kind of wire it up.
I love it, kind of like the race car sets we used to have, right?
Yes, exactly.
Good old school race car.
You had a race car set. I like that about you. Yeah. Speed Queen
fun.
right here.
Exactly.
Speed Queen with a couch.
Let's talk a little more weather.
Oh, yeah, we should do that, right?
Yeah, look at this shot from the, what is that, just 2,800, right?
Yes,
look
that's
at that view.
Our new cam looking down the lake back towards the city. Yeah, very cool. And, you know, you were hoping for a little sunshine. And
yes, please, bring it on.
Peek it out right there. Looking pretty good as we look over Lincoln Park and then back down towards the city. Things all good in our hood. And I told you that we'd see some more sunshine as we go throughout the afternoon. Well, here we are. This is 9:15. You can see some cloud cover. But watch how quickly everything kind of pulls back as we go through the late morning and into the early afternoon, getting us into that sunshine that we're talking about. And sunshine, but chilly conditions. Chilly conditions compared to where we have been over the last week and a half or so. But still not that bad for January. We're talking about numbers that are a degree or 2 or 3 degrees above average. The thing that has a little chilly element to the day is the wind. We'll have breezy conditions that will make the chills, wind chills, feel more like the teens where they are right now, and the 20s perhaps later on this afternoon. Now, opposite view. We're looking straight back to the north. And again, cloud cover here this morning, but you can see the clouds are starting to break up and we're starting to see some more peaks of sunshine around the area. 43 to around 45 degrees tomorrow, 49. I think we'll hit some 50s around Chicago coming up on Tuesday. Shot of some rainfall. And then we come back a little closer to reality. You can see average daytime highs around 31 to 32 degrees. And we're pretty much going to be right there in the average territory coming up the rest of the week. But again, nothing bitterly, brutally cold at all. Temperatures this morning, 25 in Rensselaer, it's 28 degrees in Kankakee. Ottawa, you're at 27 degrees, it's 27 in DeKalb, and 27 degrees also in Hinckley this morning. Cloudy skies at the moment, but clearing skies off to the west. I've got the 7-day forecast coming up.
Man, let me tell you something. You go into the tournament coming off of 2 losses, man. You go in the tournament off of 2 losses. You look up at halftime in this game, and it's 21-3. No panic. No panic. None of it. Built for pressure. That's you guys. This is one that you'll never forget. Yes, sir. This is one you'll never forget. All right? Bring it on in. Bring it on in.
Bears fans are never going to get tired of that, right? Plenty of Bears players had something to say after beating Green Bay to stay alive in the postseason. Cassie Carlson has more.
The Packers were the team to do all the chirping leading up to the wild card game here at Soldier Field, but it was the Bears who had the last word after coming out flat in the first half. Second half adjustments were made both on offense and defense, and the Bears had their 7th fourth quarter comeback of the season. The team saying in the locker room after they felt elated walking off the field in front of 60,000 fans at Soldier Field, and the resiliency they built over the course of the season with those previous comeback wins came into play as they felt as confident as ever down the stretch.
there's probably a little bit more noise coming out of their building up north to start the week, which we heard loud and clear, players and coaches alike. So this one meant something to us.
We're here, and I'm gonna be here for a while. Is my plan, and so be here with Coach, win a bunch of games, be in these moments, and come out victorious. That's the mindset for right now. This year, that's also the mindset for the future.
We heard the noise from Christian Watkins and Keyshawn Nixon, all the guys talking. Even the DC was kind of talking about telling the media in Green Bay that we're going to see you next week. So we heard that loud and clear. And like I said, man, just a hell of a win for this city.
It was like a movie, literally. We come out, we don't really score until we come back out at the halftime and get going. And we got a fire lit under our butts, so we had to go do that and figure out a way to win.
So the Bears season remains alive, and they will be back here at Soldier Field next weekend to host a divisional game against either the Rams or the Eagles. Covering the Bears at Soldier Field, Cassie Carlson, Fox Chicago Sports.
Thank you, Cassie. We have plenty of college hoops for you on this Sunday. Taking a look at today's schedule for the men's college hoops, we have the Fighting Illini taking on Iowa later this morning at 11, and you can catch that game right here on Fox Chicago. Northwestern is playing against Rutgers this afternoon at 4 p.m. For women's college hoops, Notre Dame hosting North Carolina at noon. The Fighting Illini women's basketball team takes on Penn State at 2 p.m. and Northwestern's women's team is also playing against Rutgers at home. Tip-off there set for 2 p.m. Saturday was also a big day for the Chicago Cubs. The team signed third baseman Alex Bregman to a 5-year deal worth $175 million. The Cubs tried to sign him in free agency last year, but instead lost him to the Boston Red Sox. Bregman had a 3-year deal with Boston that included opt-outs after each of the first 2 seasons. He decided to test free agency this offseason, and now he is a Chicago Cub. Well, after every Bears win, you've probably heard Ben Johnson chant good, better, best. But there's another slogan that gets the players going as well. Tia has that story.
Another rallying cry echoing through the locker room comes straight from Chicago's culture. It's Chicago.
If you don't know, now you know. It's Chicago, yeah!
I had to make this official, so I pulled up on Tremaine. We had to let y'all know. It's Chicago, yeah!
That's how you get it done right there. The phrase was created by Chicago native DJ Fears, who recently spent time with Bears linebacker Tremaine Edmonds after fans on social media pointed out the slogan's origins. The phrase traces back to Kanye West. DJ Fears originally recorded the line as an outro for Kanye's song Cold. Kanye later used it in a remix on another song, and it took off from there. Fears began using this Chicago as a signature drop in his DJ sets, and it quickly spread through concerts, events, and now professional sports. It's morphed into It's Chicago.
People took it to say it's Chicago. It's actually this Chicago. This Chicago. That's actually what it is, but it's okay. You know, people, they know where it came from. It actually started, I was working with Kanye West. Ooh, being the genius that Kanye was, it was so infectious when I heard it. So I went back and I got my vocals and I took that one part out. So I'm gonna make this my drop. So I started using it on my mixes on Power 92, using it in the club. The first person that used it was Keenan Allen last year from the Chicago Bears. He used that, and it got a big response on social media. It went viral. And my guy Tremaine Edmonds, he picked it up this year. He just ran with it.
And has been up ever since. DJ Fears has since trademarked both phrases and is developing a merchandise line, including a collaboration with designer Don C. Tia Ewing, Fox Chicago. It's Chicago!
Thanks, Tia. Coming up, who doesn't love a good bagel, right? We're going to introduce you to one bagel shop that you can find in Chicago's Pilsen neighborhood that is bringing home the flavors.
The decision to extract them is up.
Welcome back. It's one of the hottest new bagel places around, and it's located in Pilsen, and we are happy to have Chef Felix Cepeda. He is the founder of Ruska Bagels, and he's joining us this morning to share how that Pilsen pop-up grew into a permanent cafe. Welcome.
Thank you.
I got to get a little background about you first. Tell us where you came from in the food and beverage world and how this all came about.
Yeah, so I actually been working in the food and beverage industry for the past 15 plus years, give or take. My last spot really kind of sparked the whole interest of bagels in me.
Really?
And I just kind of took that and ran with it.
And so you thought, you know what, I really want to do something with bagels, but I want to do something different.
It's got to be me on a plate.
Okay.
Always.
I love
always.
that. You on a
Yeah.
plate. Okay, so what exactly is the chef on a plate? What are you doing here?
So I take traditional bagels, cook them the traditional way, but I add a little spin by adding a little nostalgia of me to it. So for instance, like our mango pepita bagel, we fold dried, this guy right here, we fold dried organic apricots and mango into the dough, and then it gets topped off with a mixture that we have actually right here, which we call our pepita pebbles. We sell on the site as well.
Okay.
This is a mixture of piloncillo, which is an unrefined brown sugar, pepita, which is a pumpkin seed, and tajin. Do you know what tajin is?
Of course I do.
Yeah, so it's a little sweet, a little spicy, but it leans more on the sweet side. This gives me the nostalgia, the memory of that that Mexican candy that has a little bit of chamoy. It's mango. Sometimes it comes in a watermelon flavor too, but it usually has a little bit of spice and mango to it.
Okay,
Right
I'm loving your bagels even more, and haven't had a chance to taste it, because to me there's always the stories behind the food that bring it to life. So this is really for you about memories, it's about family, it's about tradition and culture, right?
Oh yeah, all wrapped into a bagel.
I love that. So which one of these, kind of walk me through some of the other names, because they're so fun and unusual.
Yeah. So, well, we have 7 different flavors altogether. One plain, which is our original, Rosca, that's us in a nutshell.
Okay, I love it.
We have 3 different savory options and 3 different sweet options. I'll take you through those. So
Please.
This guy right here, this is another one of my favorites. Cinnamon raisin churro. We take your traditional cinnamon raisin bagel, dip it into vegan butter, toss it into cinnamon sugar to almost mimic a churro.
Oh, yum. Okay.
Again, one of those childhood memories, you know, just that was my go-to as a child, churros.
How do you come up with these creations when you're in the kitchen? What are you thinking? I remember when I was a kid, I loved to eat, I'm going to make a bagel out of that.
That's exactly it. Yeah, honestly, I go in there with an open mind and just try to tap into what really speaks to me as far as what I want to eat, you know, like, because I mean,
so what's one of the craziest combinations that maybe you put together and you were like, either this is fantastic or no, this does not work?
Yeah, so that would be our red mole bagel.
Ooh, is that in here?
It is.
Okay, show me.
It's tucked under here.
We can move things around. Everybody's going to eat these no matter what.
Let's move these guys around. So this guy right here.
Red mole bagel.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
Yeah, so we fold red mole paste into the dough itself, and then it gets topped off with both black and white sesames.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
and does it have a little kick to it, or is it, when I think mole, obviously I think of the chocolate. So do you taste a little bit of that in there?
Honestly, there's no spice to it at all. What you get is a ton of flavor.
Okay.
It's packed with a bunch of flavor.
And then I'm noticing you have some toppings here too. Like you know, we're used to cream cheese. Do we handle these the same way like you would a regular bagel?
Yeah. So, well, just to walk you through on this side too, really quick. This is our two of our spreads that we make in house. One is cream cheese made from scratch, and then lebna. Lebna is just a healthier Greek yogurt alternative. It's made with whole Greek yogurt and salt.
Nice. And then what about this?
This guy right here is one of our newest menu options. This is our hibiscus cured lox. We take
hibiscus cured lox. How does one make that?
Good stuff. Yeah. So we actually cure it in some a combination, a mixture of salt, sugar, some fresh dill, lemons, and rehydrated hibiscus flowers.
Okay.
So we take our rehydrated hibiscus flowers that we have left over from our agua frescas that we make.
I can't wait to come to your place.
And we reutilize it. Yeah. Well,
this is awesome.
We're all about sustainability.
Okay, and then finally, kind of just, we talked about this. I see a little coconut here. What are some of these other things?
Correct.
There's the churro one, right?
Yes, yeah. So these are all the toppings that we put on our bagels. This guy, of course, that's our pepita pebbles. This one is our mixed sesames for our mole.
Okay.
This one is our everything mix for our Mexican everything bagel. That guy is our toasted coconut that we top on our blueberry coconut bagel. This one is our cinnamon sugar for our cinnamon churro bagel.
Okay.
And then this one, last but not least, is our sea salt and thyme. We put fresh thyme and sea salt on one of our bagels, and it's honestly one of my favorites. It tastes just like a pretzel.
I'm so excited. I cannot wait to come to your shop. Thank you for bringing your shop to us.
Of course, of course.
What do you want people to know about when they come out? What do you want them to expect, and how do you want them to leave after they've had a bite of one of your delicious bagels?
Yeah, so well, when they come in, I really want the customers to be as comfortable as possible. You know, we really wanted to make it feel like it's like
family member.
A family member.
Yes.
It's like your cousin inherited grandma's place, and now you could chill with the couch. Sorry, with the couches, no plastic. You could just hang out. You know,
it's
just
not like my
relax.
mom's, my grandmother's place, huh?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Well, great job. I cannot wait. There's a reason why they're all on the hot list right now. Rosca Bagels. Thank you so much. What a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Good luck with your company, and I can't wait to dig in. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Being the weather authority.
So we got this WW2 veteran. He lives in Texas.
Okay.
He's a pilot. He's still a pilot because he's celebrating his 101st birthday. He's doing it in style. He returned to the skies in the same type of aircraft that he flew more than 80 years ago.
Wow.
It's a restored 1940 biplane. It was used to train the military during World War II. And I just love this story. I love this guy. I applaud him. And obviously, he's the kind of guy that, you know, this is kind of how he approaches life. 101 years old. And he's like, I don't care if I'm 101. Let's go flying.
Yeah,
you know?
now, I didn't notice he's not piloting this time, right?
Oh, he's probably helping out.
Yeah, well, that's so cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you see people who are this age and they have a wish to be able to even jump out of an airplane. I mean,
Yeah,
and then
that's
to
what's
do
really
this
crazy.
is spectacular.
Yeah. I got to tell you, if you ever get a chance to fly in a biplane like that, do it. It is one of the funnest aviation experiences I've ever had.
I think I might be frightened.
You know, it's kind of funny because the first thing they do when you walk up to the airplane, they strap on a parachute and they tell you, well, you're probably not going to need this, but just in case, here's the ripcord. And then it kind of gives you a little bit
But
of
what's that like? Because everything's so open.
It is so cool.
Ooh, I don't know if
it is the coolest thing ever.
I'm glad you had that experience, Mark Stroll. Okay, a random act of kindness caught on camera outside of Seattle. A few days before Christmas, police officers noticed a man was walking on the side of the road and wanted to make sure he was safe. The man said he was hungry and he asked for food. The officers told the man to meet them at a 7-Eleven, where it appears it was just right there anyway, right? Where they bought him a turkey sandwich, some Gatorade, and chips, just to make sure he was okay.
All right, man, you be safe tonight, okay?
Our officers at their best.
I love
Look
it.
at that, right?
Yeah, to serve and protect. I
very,
love
very
that part.
nice.
Wow. All right, well, a unique ride made by an engineer in Detroit. Take a look here. He welded together two front halves of Chrysler minivans. One a Plymouth, the other a Dodge. One built in America, the other half Canadian. He put it together with the help of some friends in just a few days. It's good he didn't spend too much more time on it than that. He named it Back to Back.
That's cute.
I think I would have named it like Back to the Future or something, you know. But
See, I would've-
okay.
Yeah, I might have named it Front to Front because isn't
See?
it two front ends?
It is front to front, yeah.
Yes.
We're going more positive here. Well, apparently the two-way ride amuses agents when he drives through the U.S.-Canadian border.
That's why he did it?
Yeah, I'm a little dubious of that because I've never seen an amused border agent ever in my entire life after numerous crossings.
Yeah, that would be something to take a second look at as it goes by,
I'm
right?
sure, right?
Right.
Like, what are you smuggling here? You know, front ends? Where are the back ends at, right?
Back to back. There is new research that shows the small group of dogs, that small group of dogs, I should say, can actually learn the names of toys just by eavesdropping on the owners. In a study, most of the gifted dogs successfully fetch newly named toys after overhearing conversations. Researchers say only a few other animals like parrots and primates share this skill, shedding new light on canine intelligence. So basically, they're listening into our conversations, and then they can learn about a new toy by listening in. What else are they learning from listening into our conversations?
Exactly. You know, wait till someone puts a chip inside that can communicate with us, a chip inside the dog that then, like, you know, we can maybe read their thoughts or read what they're saying on our phones. And guess what? They're going to be ratting us out just like your your
exactly
4-year-old kid when mom gets home.
Talking
right?
dog, revealing all the secrets, just like Alexa.
Exactly.
Just like Alexa.
I know. That's where it all starts.
Right?
The dogs, Alexa, you know, the whole world's spying on us.
What are you going
right?
to do?
Right. Well, the Simpsons are making headway for their 2026 predictions.
Don't they do this every year?
Yeah. And
right?
Have you seen some of the predictions in the past? They're kind of scary.
Yes.
So when I started reading this, I thought, okay, what are the predictions?
Yeah.
Hopefully they're not, you know, anything really
You're
bad.
going to die.
Well, the popular animated series is known for accurately guessing the future for major events, and this year, well, we'll find out. For 2026, The Simpsons predicted focus on potential realities like AI. Okay, AI taking jobs. That's kind
pretty
of a
obvious,
no-brainer,
right?
Smart homes, yeah, we kind of already have those. Space travel.
Okay,
We've
what
been
about
doing
it?
that since the 1960s,
Okay.
yeah. Advancements and potential alien contact.
Isn't it funny now? This has become a thing over the years.
Yeah.
Where the Simpsons predict the future. So I'm imagining that once it started, they think about these things now whenever they have these episodes come out. Like, you know what? We've become this gauge for what's happening in the future. Let's make sure we include these factoids in the next cartoon, right?
You wonder about that. I mean, because some of the stuff they've come up with over the past many years has been so specific.
Okay.
I mean, it's actually been frightening. I mean, some of the crazy
so
stuff.
some of the predictions include the super flu, which you were just talking about, and there is a super flu going around right now.
Oh, great.
Right? We've been hearing a lot about flu cases going up.
Yep.
But some of the other ones that they have predicted over the past few, I wonder when this all started. But
I think it was years ago.
Yeah.
I think it's been going on for years.
I want to say the AI thing, you know, pretty obvious.
Yeah.
But this is a question I want to ask you that I ask everybody all the time. We all know who the Simpsons are. I mean, who doesn't know who the Simpsons are? Here's my question, Mark Strel. After all these years, they're still on TV. When is the last time you watched The Simpsons?
It has been a while. I was flipping through the channels, and they popped on the other day, so I sat and watched it for a minute or two.
I haven't seen it in ages.
Yeah. And it used to be the go-to show. I mean, I would watch that on whatever night it was because it was kind of,
it's
pretty
clever.
Cutting edge.
Right?
Clever, yeah. But I mean, I think it's the longest running...
I believe you are correct.
Animated show, the longest running show in television history.
And I keep thinking, who's watching it? Obviously, somebody's watching it.
Yeah.
But
well,
you're the
I think
first
it still
person
does
who
well.
told me they'd recently watched it.
Yeah, and that was kind of just flipping through, and I just kind of wanted to see what was going on. And, the little, 2-minute thing I saw was actually pretty funny. Yeah.
And there's a reason it's still running.
Here's what's going on today. We have some sunshine this afternoon. Temperatures just above freezing. We're in the 40s. Monday and Tuesday back to reality the rest of the week.
How about that? We'll enjoy it while it lasts before the regular temperature.
Regular stuff comes back, right?
All right. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for watching Good Day Chicago on this Sunday morning. Glad to have you with us. Fox 32 will be back with the latest news at 9 o'clock tonight.
Good to see you today.
Great to see you, my friend. I'll see you again later.